It's Linda Cobb, and you're talking dirty with the Queen of Clean. Do you have dirt, stink, mess cleaning frustration? Do you dread cleaning? If so, boy, are you in the right place. Cleaning may never be your personal joy, but I can show you how to clean smarter, not harder, and get out of the house faster. So let's jump right in and get started. It's Linda Cobb, and you are talking dirty with the Queen of Clean. On today's show, we're going to talk about the room that you hate the most to clean, the bathroom. The things I want to share with you today are quick, easy ways, and I mean really easy ways to clean those shower walls and doors and get in and out of the bathroom in a hurry. We're going to remove soap scum from the showers. We're going to clean mineral deposits off the shower head. We're going to clean chrome faucets and so much more. And we're going to do it quick and easy so you can get in and out of the bathroom and cleaning in a hurry. But before I get started, I want to let you know about my Facebook group, Queen of Clean Insiders. It's my private group where we all talk dirty to each other. Sounds like fun, right? We share personal stories, tips, and tricks with each other. And it's a little community all to itself. I give you behind the scenes ideas of what's going on. We have contests. We have a lot of fun. And even I'm learning some really unique cleaning tips from everybody else. Now, you have my royal invite. Join us today at Queen of Clean Insiders on Facebook and become part of our community as soon as you can. And now let's get on with today's show. The first thing I want to talk to you about is my Miracle Shower Cleaner. Now, I came up with my Miracle Shower Cleaner because I was on Dr. Phil. And part of the show was people were brought to see Dr. Phil who had various problems. And one lady's biggest problem was cleaning her house. She had a lot of trouble, particularly with the bathroom. And I would have to say that was true. She did have a lot of problems. So what we did was about 6 weeks after the show, they sent me out to her house. And I was going to show her how to clean different things and do it quick and easy. So I started to tour her house, and when I got to her bathroom that she shared with her husband, I got to be honest with you, I almost died. I mean, I am the Queen of Clean, but even I have limitations. And this one was a rough one. I mean, I think it had been years since that shower had been truly cleaned. And that is when my Miracle Shower Cleaner was invented. And anybody who's ever tried it always writes to me and says, Queen, it's amazing. I can't believe how well it works. So now I'm going to give it to you so you can try it and see how well it works, because it truly is amazing. Now, you don't need a lot of ingredients, and that's one of the things that makes it so easy. The other thing that makes it easy is most of your time, you're just waiting and let the cleaner do the work. What you need is Dawn Original or Dawn Ultra dishwashing liquid, and you need white vinegar. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to take a cup of Dawn dishwashing liquid, put it in a spray bottle. To that, you're going to add 1 cup of heated white vinegar. And yes, it needs to be heated. It kicks that acid and that vinegar up just enough to make it really, really work quickly and easily without a lot of scrubbing from you. So again, 1 cup of Dawn and 1 cup of heated white vinegar in a spray bottle. And what you're going to do is shake that well and then spray it on to the shower walls. Now, I'll tell you the way I do it here at the Palace is I will do 1 wall at a time just because you're working with suds and I don't want to turn my shower into a bubble bath. So I spray it on 1 wall at a time. So I spray it on the wall, work it in with a scrubbing sponge, and then I walk away and let it sit for 15 to 30 minutes. Now, that's my kind of cleaner. You don't have to do anything for 15 to 30 minutes. And you'll kind of depend on how dirty it is. If you start to scrub it down and it looks like it's not all coming off, if it's been a while since you cleaned the shower, then you can always spray a little more on and let it sit a little longer. But then again, you're just going to scrub it with the scrubbing sponge, and you're going to rinse it with cold water. And the reason you use cold water is it keeps any of the soap from foaming too much. So this is all you're going to do on each of the shower walls, and just move around the shower, clean them, and then do the floor of the shower last and rinse it well. Now, can you use this on shower doors? You sure can. And it works really, really well on there too. You get mineral deposits, the soap, scum, the body oil, everything will come off, and you will be amazed at how well it works. Now, this is a heavy-duty cleaner. So it's not something that you're going to use every day to clean. And if you keep up with it, you won't have to use it very often. Now, I want to talk to you about cleaning mineral deposits off of the shower head. My husband got in the shower a while back, and when he got out, he said to me, we need to get a new shower head. He said, we're just not getting the pressure out of that shower head. And I was like, wait a minute, I am the queen of clean. If I can't clean that shower head, nobody can. So before we bought a new one, I decided to clean it, and I did it this way. I took a plastic sandwich bag, and I filled it with undiluted white vinegar. I tied that around the shower head with a piece of ribbon, and I left it overnight. In the morning, I removed the bag, lightly brushed the shower head, and I was done. When he got in the shower to shower the next time, even he was amazed. Surprise, he's married to the Queen of Clean, right? Why would he be amazed? But that's the way it went. So if you're looking to get that shower head running quickly and freely and nicely again and really get that pressure like the rain shower, you go ahead and do that, and it will clean it up really in a hurry. Now, one little extra queen tip, because I don't like to waste anything, I always put about a half a cup of baking soda down my shower drain, and then I add about a half a cup to a cup of white vinegar. Let it foam up and let it sit for about 30 minutes, and then just flush it with cold water. And that's a great way to freshen up the drains. Now, I have a problem in my part of the bathroom with hairspray and styling product residue, and probably a lot of you do too, and if you have teenage daughters, even more so sometimes. I have short, naturally curly hair, and when it's humid, I always have to put some hairspray on to try to hold it down so I don't look like a little Brillo ball or something. So this is what I do to clean it off, because it can be tedious, and this is so simple. I keep this formula under my sink all the time. In a spray bottle, you're just going to combine about 1/3 cup of liquid fabric softener and 2/3 cup of water. Now, you're going to spray on that surface that is sticky and tacky from the hairspray or the product residue, and you'll wipe it with a rough cloth. Again, I like to use an old washcloth. And then just buff it when you're done. It's that simple. It's so easy. 1/3 cup liquid fabric softener, 2/3 of water, and in a spray bottle. And you can leave that right under the bathroom sink. So anytime you notice you've got that residue, you can clean it up. Now, if it's on a mirror, which happens to me a lot, combine 50% rubbing alcohol and 50% water. Spray a cloth with it, wipe down the mirror, and then buff it. Now, the reason you don't spray directly on the mirror is that it can ruin the silvering that's on the back of the mirror. It can run down and leave streaks, or you'll notice your mirror starting to look like it has a smoky haze on it. That is because you've ruined the silvering on the back. So remember, always when you're cleaning a mirror, no matter what you're using, spray the cloth, not the mirror. Now, the next thing I want to mention to you is chrome faucets. I think chrome is making a resurgence in popularity for people in bathrooms and kitchens, because I'm getting a ton of questions about how can I keep that clean and sparkling? How can I get rid of those water spots? And so simple. You're just going to use white vinegar again. Use it on a cloth or a sponge, rub it on, and it will remove the water spots and the soap scum immediately. And then just buff it with a soft cloth. Rubbing alcohol works really well too. If you have that instead, spray it on, buff it off. And to shine dry fixtures, and just do it in a quick hurry, just use a dryer fabric softener sheet and rub it on. You use the dryer sheet dry, you use a dry faucet. Rub that on and buff it, and it will shine like it's brand new. Now, you can also use things like lemon juice on chrome, and on things like oiled bronze, the gold fixtures that are so popular right now. Use a microfiber cloth that you wet and rub and then buff it with another microfiber cloth. You don't want to use anything too harsh on those oiled bronze pieces. And make sure you keep up with those, because once they get a bunch of mineral deposits on them, they do get really, really hard to clean. Now, some of you have written to me talking about shower door tracks, and that was one of the things that I faced when I was cleaning the shower doors at the lady's house that I did for Dr. Phil. The tracks in her door were just unbelievable. You could hardly get the door to slide. And this is what I did on that, and it'll work really easy for you. Plug up those drain holes where the water runs out of the track, and I just took some paper towel and kind of rolled it into a ball and shoved it into those holes. Then I poured in undiluted white vinegar and let it soak about 30 minutes. Totally simple way to do it. If it's really bad, take an old toothbrush or any kind of a brush and just rub that really well with it. When you're done, unplug those holes up, rinse the track with a spray bottle that has water in it, and then just run a rag down it, and that will clean it up, and it will start to slide freely again too. It won't be sticking all the time. And that's just a quick, easy way to get that done. Now, for those of you who like to use natural things, and there's more and more of you out there who are asking me for more natural ways to clean, I think essential oils are really a great way to clean. And obviously from my emails, a lot of you do too. I have a mold stain remover that I particularly like. No matter how careful you are in your bathroom, how well you clean, how much you dry it off, at some point you're going to see some little spots of black mold growing. Now, if you've got just a couple of spots, you can take one of those bleach pens that you use for laundry and dab that on. Let it sit for a while and then wipe it off. Lots of times that will kill the mold. But if you have larger spaces than that, you're going to have to be more aggressive with the bleach. And since bleach is such a hazardous chemical and can damage so many surfaces, I want to recommend to you that you try this natural one. It's really wonderful for getting rid of mold and mildew. What you want to do is just combine this in a labeled spray bottle that says mold stain remover. And the reason I say label it is because you don't want to be smelling all those bottles and trying to figure out what's in them. So just putting a label, a quick, easy label on it is so simple. So for this, you're going to use 2 cups of water. And you're going to use 2 teaspoons of tea tree oil. Now, tea tree oil is an essential oil. It's an antibacterial, antimicrobial. I personally am obsessed with the smell of tea tree oil. I even put a few drops on a Kleenex and drop it in my bathroom trash can because I just think it smells so fresh and clean and good. I would probably be sniffing it out of the bottle if I didn't think I'd look like a weirdo. So what you're going to do with this is you're going to spray the mold or mildew area with that. And again, that was 2 cups of water and 2 teaspoons of tea tree oil. Let that sit for about 15 minutes or so because you want to give it time to work. If it's a heavier area, you can leave it even longer than that. If the stain persists, even when you wipe it off, respray that and rub it in with a nail brush or even use a few drops of undiluted tea tree oil on the mold and wait about 30 minutes and then brush and rinse. It does a really great job of removing mold and mildew, and oh my goodness, your bathroom will smell so good because, like I said, I'm totally obsessed with the smell, and I'm kind of curious as to what all of you think of tea tree oil too. One more thing I want to cover today, and I know I've covered a lot of things, but you can always go to links that we'll have in our comment area where you can look these up if you miss them. But we're going to do a spray-on tile and grout cleaner. And it's quite simple to make. It's really not as toxic as many of the things out there are. It's better than spraying a bunch of bleach on because bleach is a disinfectant. It's not a cleaner. So let's talk about how we make this. Very simple. You're going to take 2 tablespoons of baking soda, 3 tablespoons of ammonia, 3 tablespoons of white vinegar, and 2 cups of water. Now, again, let's label that bottle. And you never use bleach with this product. Bleach and ammonia can cause mustard gas. And we don't want you to gas yourself. And many a homemaker has done that. So again, 2 tablespoons baking soda, 2 tablespoons ammonia, 3 tablespoons white vinegar, 2 cups of water, stored in a covered container, and put it into a spray bottle as needed and spray it on and wipe it with a damp sponge or cloth. And you don't even have to rinse. So that is your spray-on tile and grout cleaner. Now, before I leave you today, I want to leave you with one other quick tip, simply because when I was in our bathroom this morning, I looked up at my vent and saw that I really needed to give it a good cleaning. There was some dust hanging from it. And the vents in the bathroom get dustier, and it's a little harder to get off because of the moisture that's in the room. So to clean that, what I do is I use canned air that I use to clean my keyboard on my computer. And I just jump up there on my stool and I spray that dirt off with that canned air. And then I wipe the vent with a cloth. And I always do that before I do my floors and everything. It's my first cleaning thing when I'm in the room. Then I clean up any dust that falls from it. And I'm done. And that will clean that vent up and keep it running freely so that it's drawing all that humid air out of the bathroom and making it easier for you. Now, you can wipe it down with a microfiber cloth too, and it really does do a nice job, and it's fast and easy too. So if you have any questions that you'd like me to cover on the podcast, send me the information. Get with me on queenofclean.com underneath my podcast symbol. Or even send it to Linda Cobb at queenofclean.com. I'd love to hear what kind of challenges you're facing. If you have a unique tip or something you think other people should know, please send it to me. I can learn something every day from all of you, and I often do in my Insiders group. So if you haven't joined the Insiders group, why don't you log on right now and do it? And next time on our podcast, we'll be talking about some different bathroom cleaner. And one of the things I'm going to share with you is how to clog a toilet without a plumber. And it works 99.9% of the time. And if you've got kids, you know how easy it is for a toilet to get plugged up. So until next time, guys, thanks so much for talking dirty with the Queen of Clean. Have a great day.